Hey guys, welcome to the video. Once more shirtless in the city, catching some sun, getting some vitamins. Guys, the palpitations that I had from when I'm going to sleep, I still haven't. So today is the second day where I didn't eat no meat, and yeah, let's see if this goes away or not. Let's hope it does. Kind of question now that if it's from anxiety or something like that. But the thing is, like, my life is going good, to be honest. And I'm preaching. I get nervous in regards of maybe saying something that I should say better, or just saying something that it doesn't fit what it's supposed to. But I pray every day for God and Jesus to let me preach the way they want me to preach, the right things, right? So I hope I'm doing a good job. Another thing that's happened to me a lot is the numbers 444. I hadn't even, to be honest, realized that before. Some people say is like a message from angels saying that you are in a good path, right? But I'm gonna be honest, from the Bible, what I read, you have the numbers 333. It is a demonic number. You have in the last scriptures saying that people used to put that on their foreheads or in their hands, and they were like slaves to the devil, right? They live for the devil. So that's a very bad thing to put it. And yeah, like, that's a bad number, guys. Don't ever relate to that number. And I think the devil itself has had that number too. But 444, I read like on Google that was like the saint saying you are on a good path. But on the Bible, I never really encountered that number, to be honest. So I'll need to do a better search. But from what I read now, I hadn't encountered it. So I don't know if it is just like modern language or modern lingo, or has some fundaments behind it. Having said that, today I think it's day 11 on my Semen retention, and today I'm not training. I kind of was like, should I train, should I not? But I felt tired. And I felt like I had the energy, but will not be as good. And then I first was like, let me just go to to buy like fruits and veggies, you know. And then I went to do that, and I was like, I don't know how many weights I was lifting just until home, because I bought a lot of things. But from that effort, I realized that I was not ready to train. Apart from this, I really believe is that me not sleeping as well and having to wake up really early is one of the things that takes out my energy. So I'm hoping that I can deal with these palpitations problems wherever these may be. And yeah, guys, like, oh, a dead bird. But yeah, guys, like, my trains are getting a lot of views. Like, 2 of my trains are the most viewed of all my videos right now. they are getting a lot of interaction, and I think it's good because it shows that people want to train, or at least see and know how to train, right? So that's cool.
What the heck?
But yeah, guys, like I'm chilling right now. Like I have a lot of work every day. Maybe for other y'all who don't understand, literally I have a plant in my home, and it's this plant, literally this type of flower. So funny because when I put the when I planted, it was not this flower. So I think if fly and just got into my earth, dirt, dirt. It's not dirt. You know, I'm not remember the name, but yeah. And now I don't remember what was. Yeah, I was saying like when I was like producing, when I'm on the weekends, I'm training really hard. I'm posting two videos from the Bible. I'm doing a lot of content, and yeah, like I enjoy it, to be honest. If I could do this for my like being an influencer, I would love it. And yeah, like it's growing, so it's cool, but let's see where this goes. Like when it comes to simmer retention, the uncomfortableness, I kind of start feeling like I can understand more about it. Like this is obvious, and this is very true. That is like when you are doing something you don't like or you don't want to, the urges are way higher, and that's not truly an urge. It's literally your body telling you like, yo, you don't want to do this. So instead of you using escapism and doing something you should not do, just realize that what's happening is a real problem, and sometimes it's a problem that you need to deal because like it's a bad environment for you. For example, when I had a job which I didn't enjoy at all, and was from doing this practice that maybe I realized I needed to really quit. So I did it. But there's other whoa, smells really bad here. There's other situations where it's not that you are hating, so you just need to get away, but really is discomfort because you are doing something that is difficult, so you feel like getting away. And sometimes you just have to keep pushing through it because that will only make you grow, you know. But never relapse, guys, like never relapse. And now that this is so important, one of the big reasons why I believe that I'm not gonna like relapse again is because I'm not doing this for personal reasons no more. I'm doing this for Christ and having understanding in the Bible that masturbation and watching degenerate content is truly sinful and is the devil instrument, and you might not go to heaven because of that. You understand? Jesus and God does not praise you doing these type of things, and you have to understand it, that there will be consequences, and there are consequences for you disobeying. See, for example, I'm on semen retention, right? In this whole journey that I've been through, I got way more muscular, way more confident, way more masculine, deeper beard, deeper voice. Like, look at me, I'm shirtless in my city. I'm the only one, I don't care, catching the sun, you know? And everybody is with the shirts or whatever, like, and I don't care. So you do gain benefits even if you don't notice. But you will notice in the long run. But what I say is, like, when you are not on this path, you realize where you at. You are an average person, you are depressive, you have anxiety, you have a lot of self-doubt, you have low self-esteem. Life, like, only goes bad for you, right? And that was my experience. When I was not in semen retention, I was like, life, only bad things occur to me. Bad people, bad things. And that's the reality. Like, you don't have God protecting you. And that's because you're not doing what He wishes you to do. You're going against His desires. You're doing what the devil wants. And the devil just wants to kill you and make you weaker and weaker and more degenerative. So literally, you are just, there's no real benefits for you to continue in the path that you are going. And you know, being a degenerative and all that, because God gives you benefits from retaining, fasting, praying every day. And the other route, that the probably route you are going, like smoking, drinking, having sex or masturbating, it only gives you to more depressive. If you didn't know that, you wouldn't be watching these videos. And the reason you were watching is because deep down you know that something is wrong and that you want to better your life, have a better path, and you are looking for it. And here you have the answer. And yeah, it's not easy, but it gets more and more joyful. And you have to remember the what's the amendments and what the teachings of Christ in the Bible it is. Because guys, if you are on semen retention, and that was my previous experience, you are on semen retention, right? And you see two routes. You see the route of degeneracy and woke and feminism and LGBTQs, all this craziness, and you see the route of red pill, right, which is the good route. It really isn't totally, is better, way better, but it isn't the good route, and I'm gonna explain you why. Because that other route is get rich, have a bunch of ladies, be strong, be muscular, right? And although they want you to implement discipline and hard work, they are implementing you to sinful path, having sexual relationships with women which you don't have any intent to marry. And let's be clear, Jesus said that you only marry once. There's no divorce. That doesn't exist unless your partner commits adultery, right? So you should only marry once, and that person should be the person with you stay for the rest of your life, and it should be the only person with you have intimacy. And Jesus says that when you have this intimacy, you bound with that person, you become one flesh. So that you have to understand that this advice of uh, go around in plates and have a different experience with different um, ladies is not a good advice at all. It's a sinful path, and will only land you on despair and agony and even hell if you don't repent and you don't, because you are hurting people. You have to understand that this is generous path of sex with people is very sinful and very hurting. Like, you are hurting yourself because you create a bond that will be broken, and now you don't feel like sex is meaningful. You don't see the spirituality in it. It's just for pleasure, which is sin, sex for pleasure. You are hurting the woman, which also creates the bond, creates that bond is just not because that bond is made for you two to be together, and you, by breaking it and making relationship doesn't work, maybe because your fault, maybe because it's her fault, maybe because of someone's fault, is making the relationship and your brain to be flawed, and you not being able to love as you used to be able to love, not being able to be like a good Christian and a good partner. So this is a very degeneracy world we live in, and having sex is not supposed to happen at all unless you are married with that person and you want to spend the rest of your life with that person. Another thing that's a bad advice that the red pill gives is about get rich, get rich, get rich. This is a horrible advice. Jesus said that it's easier for a camel to go through a needle, a space, or than a rich person to go to heaven. So how will you go to heaven, like the best place, eternally and peaceful and happy place, if you be rich, if it's that difficult? If it's easier for a camel, a huge animal, to go through a space of a needle, how will you as a rich person go to heaven? It's very improbably, and that's a very good metaphor to show how improbably a rich person is going to heaven, because a lot of times for you to be rich there's a lot of triggering, a lot of manipulation, a lot of stop seeing people as people and see as materials, a lot of devil plays, and it's just a bad environment. So apart from that, Jesus also says that you can only have one God, either it's God or riches, and you will hate the other, one of the other, anyway. So if you are Christian, you wanna go to heaven, you have to choose God, and God is where happiness is. God is where peaceful it is. Saving it is not in riches. So being rich is a horrible advice. You should not try to do that at all. That's not the plan at all, guys. You have to understand that. And so that's the problem now we have, because we have the red pill and all that, which they have good advice in hard work and discipline, but then the part of be rich, be rich, be rich, it just makes you gonna be very sinful and go closer to the devil than to God. And the having casual sex is as bad, if not worse, because you are like literally sinning and destroying your soul while doing it and destroy other people. So the advice, and if you want to be praised and have good fortune from God, do semen retention, don't have sex, especially don't have casual sex. If you are going to have sex one day, make sure it is your wife, like you'll have a deep meaningful connection, not a spark, not a 15 days love affair, nothing like that. And you marry her, you're gonna live with her, and you are gonna have kids with her. That one person is, and she Don't believe in divorce also as the same way you don't, because Jesus said that divorce doesn't exist. If you divorce and it hasn't been committed adultery by your partner, then you're literally having sex with other women. You're just committing adultery. And one of the things that when people ask Jesus, how can I go to heaven, Jesus said, do not commit adultery. Don't rob, don't kill, do not commit adultery, honor your parents, love God above all, and love others as you love yourself. So do not commit adultery is one of the big things. And if you are committing, then you can't expect to go to heaven after you die. And so that's the message, you guys. Don't focus on sex. Don't masturbate. That's so bad, guys. You're literally doing you cannot expect God to reward you in any type of way if you are sinning that way. Like, it's literally God is giving you power, energy, soul, manhood, and you are depleting for just because you want a quick pleasure, just like a kid who wants to have a sweet or something, you know. And you have to grow up. And that goes to everybody, any age, because we see these 50-year-olds who need to eat something sweet, need to eat multiple times a day, cannot resist any frustration, don't work out, just need to drink alcohol. And it's like, bro, you are sinning. And masturbate, you are sinning relentlessly, and that's why your life sucks. And that's why you say the world is mean and evil and everything is bad, is because you don't put no effort in life, and you don't deserve the protection and glory that God can give you. And yeah, guys, that's how it is, to be honest. So remember, sacrifice and is always necessary, the good sacrifice, to be praised. You have to be a man and not a child who any frustration, any suffering, just lash out and go to escapism and do something that's bad for your body. And that's highly important, guys. And this is the message today. See you guys on the next video.